Before we get started with today's video, I want to let you guys know a little bit of an update of what's going to be happening in 2018 with this channel and my other channel. Okay, so as you know, I did create a secondary channel, which you will find somewhere. I'm not going to directly link to it because I feel like they're two separate channels that really shouldn't be linked together. But this channel will continue to live on. On this channel, from now on, we are simply just going to be focusing on music-related videos, whether that be concert vlogs, diaries, whatever the hell you want to call them, as well as my conspiracy theory / horror videos are going to be primarily on this channel. Maybe a short film or two, I am not 100% sure yet, but most of my more focused content will be on this channel. And on the other channel I keep mentioning, which you will find out very, very soon about, it's going to be more of my comedic type stuff, kind of the stuff that this channel was originally founded on, but a little bit more mature and stuff like that on the other channel. So anyways, I just want to let you guys know that beforehand, and yeah, so let's get into the video right now. Hey guys, it's me, Brian here, and today we're going to be counting down my top 10 albums of 2017. These are my favorite albums of the year, and there were a lot of very good albums, and I will leave some honorable mentions and the little clips beforehand. We get to number 10. But before we start anything, I want to let you guys know that these are in no particular order. I felt like for this year's list, maybe in future years' lists it will be a little bit different, but for this year's list, I love all of the albums quite equally. I may favor a little bit more above the other, which is kind of shown off in the list, but I still like all these albums the same. So if my number 10 pick and my number 1 pick kind of mess you up and stuff, it's simply just because I feel like that the way the sound was and the way the music was and stuff, you know, and we're getting too much complicated. Let's start off with our honorable mentions. I will play them right now. Coming at you at number 10, we have Motionless Graveyard Shift. I do have some of the physical copies of these albums. I wasn't able to get all of them, unfortunately. I know I'm a terrible fan. But let me just get you guys to know that Motionless White's brand new album, Graveyard Shift, was one of my favorites of the year, even though it's at number 10. I feel like I would have put it higher on the list, but there is a few flaws with this album that kind of prevents it. Absolutely love this album. It's an album that I can listen to pretty much all the time. I never get sick of it. I never really find a particular song that I'm kind of off to. I mean, there are a couple songs that on here that I would listen to more over others, particularly the singles that they released, as well as some of the songs near the end. They had some really, really strong singles. The singles that they released on this album were absolutely fantastic. The first single that they released, 570, really got me pumped up to hear the whole album, and I definitely wasn't disappointed. So if you do want to pick up a copy of Motionless White's Graveyard Shift, I highly recommend you do so.
Don't baptize holes, I'm a legend, I'm not a fable.
Now my number 9 pick was an album I didn't think actually was going to come out this year because of how many delays this album went through. It is Marilyn Manson's Heaven Upside Down. Now this was a complete shock to me, this album. I knew I was going to like it, but I didn't know I was going to like it so much that I would consider even putting it on this list. I had a feeling it may be put on this list, but last album that he released, The Pale Emperor, was very good, but I kind of got bored of it after a while. The singles were great, but it was kind of a slow-paced album. This album completely throws it out the window. It is very fast-paced. There are some slower songs in it, but it really goes back to Marilyn Manson's roots, which is something that I am so happy that he finally was able to put off in an album. He released a couple albums before that are kind of going a little bit too far ahead of what people like about him, but this album definitely satisfied my need and crave for new Marilyn Manson music, and I'm so happy that he actually released it. Hopefully I'll get a physical copy soon, maybe, I don't know. But oh my god, I absolutely adore this album so much.
Young baby always jacked up. Hollow tunnel for a nose, it's always backed up. When season long she goes.
Number 8, we have Harry Styles' debut album. Yes, I know, Harry Styles. You'd never think that word would come out of my mouth as an album that I would even listen to or like. But I was really pleasantly surprised with this album. I was shocked, honestly, to listen to it. Never thought that he would go into the rock style direction, considering that he was a pop artist. He still is considered a pop artist, but really these songs aren't really the typical type of pop. These are very much classic rock, guitar-driven songs that, don't murder me for that, but it kind of reminds me of old, kind of 60s, 70s style music, and that's such a good thing, especially with a lot of this year's albums that came out. A lot of it was very nostalgic filled, and I feel like that really kind of hit hard with me and would made me actually like these albums a lot more. I was very, very pleasantly surprised with this album.
Let it rain all night.
Looking at You at number 7 is Grayscale's Dormant, a band that this time last year I didn't even know existed, but once I heard this album, I was completely sold. So many great songs are within this album. It really did spark an interest to listen to more songs off their previous record. All I gotta say is it really was one of my favorites of this year. So happy and so... It's such a good album. I'm so happy that I gave this album a listen, even though I probably wouldn't have if I didn't hear some friends talk about it and stuff, so... Grayscale, you are awesome. I really hope I can see you in concert someday. I'm just so happy that I listened to this album. Kesha was back in 2017 with her amazing album Rainbow. Rainbow is one of those albums that I feel like was also another surprise for me, how much I did enjoy it, and how I was just taken aback with how great the instrumentals, how great her singing ability has become. It was just so great, and she still has that Kesha spunk that many people thought kind of went away with this album, but it really didn't. I still felt like this was definitely truly Kesha, but it was a new incarnation of Kesha. It was a new time in her career, a new place. She is a lot happier now, she's a lot healthier now, and it really shows off in her lyricism. Apparently this album has been worked on for quite so many years, but of course because of the Dr. Dre situation, which I can't even imagine, I give her major props for finding her way out of it and stuff, and it's still a battle, but I'm so proud of her that she was able to release this fantastic album that will definitely be getting awards next year. Neck Deep released this album about 2 days after my birthday, and I gotta say this is one of the best birthday presents they could have ever given me. I am in love with the piece and the Panic by Neck Deep. I really was kind of shocked when I heard the first two singles, Where Do We Go When We Go and Happy Judgment Day. It was kind of a little bit weird to release two singles at once, but oh my god, they were fantastic. A lot of people didn't like Where Do We Go When We Go, but it quickly did grow on me because it just has this kind of feeling to it that just makes me so happy. A lot of people that were reviewing this album thought it wasn't going to be as good as their previous album on Life Sent Out to Get You, but honestly, it's pretty much almost above Life Sent Out to Get You. It has a little bit of a different vibe to it, especially with songs like In Bloom and stuff. Heavy Lies, Don't Wait. There's a lot of different types of songs on this album, but I gotta say, I mean, I picked up a damn copy. Great junior year album for this band. I am just... I love it so much. This is a great album. I would definitely recommend you guys listening to it if you have not.
Don't make me laugh, just let me cry a little bit longer.
Talk about Paramore's After Laughter album. Holy crap, another one of the surprises for this year. I didn't even know Paramore was making new music, but as soon as I heard it, I absolutely fell in love with it. It is very 80s style driven, which is something that a lot of artists have done recently in the past. But a lot of artists have done that, and honestly, I feel like Paramore has done the best of it. So many good songs on there, like Fake Happy, Rose Colored Boy, Pool, that there's just so many great songs on this album that it definitely did deserve a spot on this list. Back at Warped Tour this year, my friends dragged me to go see a band called Being as an Ocean, and I am so happy that they actually dragged me to go see this set, because I quickly fell in love with this band because of how great the energy that they had, the music that they had, the interaction they had with the crowd. I can go on for days, but Being as an Ocean, Waiting for Morning to Come is definitely one of their best albums yet. I did listen to past albums, and I feel like I gravitate toward this album more, probably because they played a lot of the songs at their Warped Tour set. But I also feel like it's just when you get into a band, their first album that you listen to, you quickly fall in love with, and that is definitely this album. I am just in love with it. I love the vocals on it. I love the meaning behind it. I love it. Definitely listening to Waiting for the Morning to Come if you haven't yet. Brand new album, Science Fiction, was a surprise to me, and it was definitely such a good album to listen to. I actually listened to it when I was kind of falling asleep a little bit. I didn't sleep through the album, but I had my eyes closed and I listened to it, and I really took it in, and it definitely is just an amazing album. I keep coming back to it. I keep putting in songs on my playlist. I cannot get enough of this album. Now, yes, the band has had some accusations over the past couple months, but if you do look past it, it is a pretty good album. It is, I believe, their last album, unfortunately, but, you know, I guess good things have to come to an end, and this is a great way to end such a great band.
I'm your chipped nail paint. I'm the
Coming in at number 1, my all-time favorite album of this year is Creeper's Eternity in Your Arms. This is their debut album, and honestly, I fell in love with this band. The first single that I heard from them, Black Rain. I don't know what it is about them. They do kind of remind me of My Chemical Romance in a way, especially in their theatrics and stuff. But honestly, though, like, I feel like they're the spiritual successor to them. I have a feeling in my heart that they're going to grow so big in the next coming years, and they definitely did grow bigger after this album, especially in the United States. I got to see them at Warped Tour, and I fell in love with them. I mean, I have a freaking Creeper poster over there. I have one of the Creeper logos up there. I have their album. I want to get their merch. I just want to be a part of that Creeper cult so badly. It's such an amazing album. So many songs on there, like Black Rain, Poison Pen, Suzanne, Highway Boys. Literally, there is no bad song off of this album whatsoever. I cannot nitpick this at all. Creeper Eternity in Your Arms has definitely landed the number 1 spot on my favorite album for 2017 for a very, very good reason. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this a lot. And I hope you guys also have a very, very happy New Year's. Hope you guys had a good Christmas as well. I am just so excited to start the new year with this channel and my new channel. It is going to be such a blast. So until then, I shall see you guys in the next one. Peace.